This is News Hour on Ifako Radio. Good morning, I'm Olanireti, Ololade. The major headlines. Bao entrepreneurship training concludes with 30 million naira empowerment. Kwara massacre. FG faces it as 100 feared dead. Delayed Electoral Act amendment could disrupt 2027 poll timetable, INEC. World Bank funded $500 million meters to be given free, says BPE. 2027. Akwa Ibom communities clash over Akwa Ibom's billboards. Sports. Guardiola slams CFL rule as Gui is ruled out of Carabao Cup final. Entertainment. Omotola dismisses alleged feud with Genevieve Nnaji. Tonto Dike reunites son with Churchill after decade-long split. News in detail. Bao entrepreneurship training concludes with 30 million naira empowerment. The Honorable Benjamin Adeyemi Olabinjo entrepreneurship training for youths and women in Ifako has concluded its participants receiving practical knowledge on business startup, branding, and expansion. The two-day event held in collaboration with the National Center for Agricultural Mechanism empowered 300 constituents with a total of 30 million naira. The program aimed to equip beneficiaries with skills to start and grow successful businesses, aligning with Bao's commitment to poverty reduction and economic empowerment in Ifako. This initiative is part of Bao's ongoing efforts, having empowered thousands of constituents with cash, business assets, and skill training since taking office. A year hasn't passed without Bao's empowerment programs, to define its dedication to the constituency's development. Kwara massacre. FG faces it as 100 feared dead. Over 100 people were feared dead on Tuesday night following a deadly attack on Woro and local communities in the Kaima local government area of Kwara State by Islamic militants, while several people were also killed after bandits pounced on a bandit community in Mbia Koyo Ward, Turan, Kwande local government area of Benue State. Governor Abdurrahman Abdurazak, however, confirmed the deaths of 75 persons. The governor disclosed the figure on Wednesday night while addressing residents at the palace of the Emir of Kaima, explaining that the victims were local Muslims massacred for refusing to surrender to extremist preaching, a strange doctrine. He added that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had approved the immediate deployment of the Army Battalion, the area to prosecute counter-offensive code named Operation Savannah Shield. Lakurawa, an armed group linked to the Islamic State Sahel province, is believed to have carried out the attack. The latest developments has further put the federal government security campaign under public scrutiny. The lawmaker representing the area in the House of Representatives, Mohammed Bio, also confirmed the attack. However, Bio said he was not sure of the fatality figures, citing the conflicting reports from the affected communities. Delayed Electoral Act amendment could disrupt 2027 poll timetable, INEC. The Independent National Electoral Commission has warned that delays in amending the Electoral Act could affect aspects of the timetable for 2027 general election, even as it assured Nigerians of its readiness to conduct the polls. INEC Chairman Professor Joash Amupito raised the concern on Wednesday during the Commission's first quarterly consultative meeting with civil society organizations in Abuja. Amupito said the Commission had already concluded its election timetable and schedule of activities based on the existing legal framework, but noted that any changes arising from the amended Electoral Act could require adjustments. While we have made our submission to the National Assembly, the passage of the amendments may have implications for certain items in our timetable, he said. However, for now, the Commission has no choice but to operate within the framework of the subsisting Electoral Act. He urged the National Assembly to expedite action on the ongoing amendment process to provide clarity ahead of the 2027 polls. World Bank funded $500 million meters to be given free, says BPA. The Bureau of Public Enterprises Director General Dr. Ayodele Bile yesterday said the meters provided under the $500 million World Bank funded distribution recovery program are free. He also noted that the installation of the meter is free of charge as well, warning customers to resist of any electricity distribution companies compelling them to pay for them. According to him, the federal government has provided meters to eliminate estimated billings from the Nigerian electricity supply industry. He spoke in Abuja alongside other industry stakeholders at the media briefing on this rep supply. asked whether the meets were truly free. He requested the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission chairman Dr. Musliu Oseni to respond. Lagos Assembly audits LCDAs to strengthen accountability. The Lagos State House of Assembly has initiated an audit of the accounts of 20 local government areas and 37 local council development areas as part of its effort to strengthen accountability at the grassroots level. Declaring this open on Wednesday, the chairman of the House Committee on Public Accounts, Nureni Akintoya, made this announcement at the Latif Jakonde Hall Assembly Complex in Ikeja. Akintoya said the audit was to promote transparency, accountability, and prudent management of public funds across the local councils. He explained that the exercise was conducted pursuant to Section 52 of the Local Government Administration Laws 2024 and Rule 116 of the Standing Orders of the Lagos State House of Assembly. According to him, the audit would help identify lapses where they exist and guide council officials on the proper procedures for administering public resources. Ogun Okada rider stabbed to death over 100 naira tickets. The commercial motorcyclist has been alleged stabbed to death by a member of the Transport Union Tax Collection Group, popularly known as Agboros, following an argument over a 100 naira ticket in the Joko area of Ogun State. It was gathered on Wednesday that the incident occurred on Tuesday night after a disagreement between the deceased and some levy collectors escalated into a violent confrontation. Although it was unclear at press time if the suspect had been arrested. The killing sparked protests by commercial motorcyclists across Lambe, Agbado, and Akute communities on Wednesday. Some riders were seen confronting levy collectors in part of the affected area, disrupting transport activities and forcing many commuters to trek to their destination. The motorcyclist, who identified himself simply as Rashid, posed that two persons were stabbed during the altercation, but only one survived. Police alert Adamawa residents ahead of shooting range exercise. The Adamawa State Police Command has announced the one-day shooting range exercise by operative of its Special Protection Unit at the Counter-Terrorism Unit base along Mubi Road, Jere local government area of the state. The exercise, according to the command, is scheduled to hold on Friday, February 7, 2026 between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. The statement issued on Wednesday by the State Police Public Relations Officer Sulaiman Yaya Ngoroje. The command said the training was part of efforts to enhance operational readiness and professionalism among its personnel. The command's operative attached to the Special Protection Unit will conduct a one-day shooting range exercise/training at the Counter-Terrorism Unit base along Mubi Road, Jiri local government area, the statement read. 2027 Akwa Ibom communities clash over Akpabio's billboards. Stakeholders from Ibeno have reportedly clashed with the Ekid people over the latter's alleged opposition to billboards bearing the image of Senate President Godswill Akpabio, which were sited in strategic locations along Eket's local government area of Akwa Ibom State. The Ekid people, under the auspices of the Ekid People's Union, were said to have opposed the billboards, questioning the rationale for their placement on the grounds that Akpabio was not from Eket Senatorial District. Akpabio represents Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District in the National Assembly. Reacting in Uyo on Wednesday, the Benno elders, through their spokesperson Mr. Diamond Akpaneka, condemned the Ekid People's Union objection to the billboards, describing it as political emptiness and inferiority complex masquerading as activism. Akpaneka eulogized Akpabio, describing him as a tribalized leader whose influence extended beyond Akwa Ibom State and Nigeria. Sports. Guardiola slams EFL rule as Gueye is ruled out of Carabao Cup final. Pep Guardiola has called on the English Football League to change its rules to allow Manchester City defender Marc Gueye to play in the Carabao Cup final against Arsenal. Gueye is currently ineligible for the final at Wembley on March 22 after joining City from Crystal Palace following their 2-0 victory over Newcastle in the first leg of the semi-final. As reported by BBC on Thursday, Carabao Cup regulation states that players must be registered prior to the closure of the winter transfer window or before the first leg of the semi-final, whichever comes sooner, in order to be eligible to play in the competition. As a result, the England centre-back missed both legs of City 5-1 aggregate win over Newcastle and is also set to miss the final. Speaking after Wednesday's second leg victory, Guardiola questioned the logic of the rule and confirmed the club would ask the EFL to reconsider Gueye's eligibility. Entertainment. Omotola dismisses alleged feud with Genevieve Onanji. Entertainment. Omotola dismisses alleged feud with Genevieve Nnaji. Veteran Nollywood actress Omotola Jolade Ekehinde has addressed long-standing rumors of a feud between her and fellow actress Genevieve Nnaji, dismissing claims that they were ever at loggerheads. Speaking during an interview on Yanga FM, a clip of which was shared on Instagram on Wednesday, Omotola said the perceived rivalry was largely created by fans and media narratives, stressing that the two actresses were never enemies. According to her, competition narratives were imposed on them at the height of their career, even when there was no personal conflict. Using a mix of English and Pidgin, Omotola blamed fans of manufacturing the alleged quarrel. When asked if there was ever a prolonged disagreement between them before their collaboration in AJ movie, Omotola maintained that nothing of the sort happened. Omotola replied, "People don't need to be best friends. But we talked. Like behind film, we dey talk normally. You know the same thing that they do with all these music stars. Now we them take start all those things that time. Now we be the practice that time. You know all this whiskey they will do. Now they have taken to different level. Now we be the first one now. Really. Now them start the quarrel. Before we know say we the quarrel. So we have to catch up with the quarrel. There was no quarrel. Tonto Dike reunites son with Churchill after decade-long split. In what she has described as a moment of restoration, popular Nollywood actress Tonto Dike has finally reunited her son King Andrew with his father Olakunle Churchill. The actress revealed this in an Instagram post on Wednesday, sharing the photos and the video of the reunion with her followers. Dike attributed the reconciliation to divine intervention and personal growth. She wrote, "God has a way of rewriting stories men thought were over. This is grace speaking, an art for Jesus obeying. Time failed, grace prevailed. Time could not cancel what God ordained. Restoration has a voice, and today it spoke." The actress also expressed profound gratitude to her spiritual mentor, Pastor Jerry Eze, of the New Season Prophetic Prayers and Declarations. Recap of the major headlines. Wow Entrepreneurship Training concludes with 30 million naira empowerment. Kwara Massacre. FG faces it as 100 feared dead. Delayed Electoral Act amendments could disrupt 2027 poll timetable. INEC. World Bank funded $500 million meters to be given free, says BPE. 2027, Akwa Ibom communities clash over Akpabio's billboards. Sports. Guardiola slams EFL rule as Gueye is ruled out of Carabao Cup final. Entertainment. Motola dismisses alleged feud with Genevieve Nnaji. Tonto Dike reunites son with Churchill after decade-long split. Follow us on all our social media handles. Facebook at Ifako Radio, WhatsApp at Ifako Radio, X at Ifako Radio, YouTube at Ifako Radio, Instagram at Ifako_Radio. For news reporting, contact us at ifakoradio@gmail.com or call our WhatsApp 091 2222 7433. Special thanks to the news producer Olanireti. Thanks for watching. I'm Olanireti Ololade. Have a lovely day. God bless Ifako.